everybody, and welcome back to the workshop. I've done a little bit more work here, and I just want to share that with you. So, at the end of the last video, I'd written CYASON for Nelly, but I think it should be CYASOM is what I should have written, because in this matrix of the alphabet, the S.O.N would translate out to be a symbol of the cycle of energy. And that's not right. I got to thinking it doesn't match the pattern I've established. Energy itself does not have a cycle. It's on the straight path, right? So it would have been S.O.M, which would translate to symbol of the cycle of organic energy, which makes more sense because the organic energy is the life cycle. It says, excuse me. Okay, so again, that's what we are, all right? We're symbols of the cycle of organic energy, and that means we are all SOM. And then if we add some balance with the E, we would end up being some SOME, symbols of the cycle of organic energy in balance. Right? And then each of us has a body that we're in, so it'd be fair to say then that we are, drum roll, somebody. Right, so, and in this matrix, I need to replace the Y for an I. So it would actually, I presume, read S.O.M.E.B.O.D.I, somebody. And then that would be symbol of the cycle of organic energy balances the cycle of deprival infinitely. Okay, so we're the symbol of the cycle of life, and we balance the cycle of deprival infinitely. So that's the balance of separation it's referring to. Okay, so in this matrix, if our word spells out to that sentence, it would be highly respectful then to say, hi, somebody, because we would all know that it refers to our symbol that we all have, which is our name. We know how important that is. So if you didn't know a person's name, say, you could still afford them the highest of respects by saying somebody, which of course you would more easily say and shorten to hi Som. Hi Som, how are you going? And then it virtually solves the confusion I had about the use of the in and the im prefixes in the language. So there's obviously been a switch there between the n and the m over some time with the words som and son, or sun as we pronounce it, but sun is S-U-N and son is S-O-N. So, right, maybe over time the correct use of the n and m became confused. I don't know. But we definitely now have a system of language that reflects this confusion. So I was thinking the word sun likely didn't exist in this matrix of language that I came up with. But we would have the other vowels represented. So we'd have the S-U-N for the sun, the S-O-M for us, the S-I-N, the sin, which is the symbol of the infinite energy, and then the S-E-N would be the symbol of the balance of energy, and the S-A-N, the symbol of unified energy. So, and I was about to discount that idea, but it occurred to me that sun actually could be used in a certain context, like perhaps to describe the rotational action of the matched magnetic poles when they repel each other and cause a that twisting sideways action, which essentially is a rotation. Right? It's also a cycle because that makes the particles move, but it's just different to our life cycle. So if I consider that while the energy and the matter are on a straight path, they are moving in cycle actions and they get involved in organic structures, say, like us, while they're being carried along the straight path. So it kind of then means that they understood that certain particles were involved in the cycle of life process and some were not, or maybe should not be involved. So, and it seems they have had some understanding of magnetism. Again, I don't know how old this goes back, if it goes at all, if it's correct at all. Still don't know. But it seems to be working. So we likely actually did use S.O.N as a recognition that the particles on the straight path also move in cycles. All right, guys, that is the little bit of extra stuff I've done. I've been doing some actual real work, unfortunately. So, yeah. But I'll leave you all with a little joke I thought of while I was going through the mighty thesaurus. So I was thinking of a lot of ways how it reminded me of a thesaurus because of the word saurus there. A dinosaurus. So, right, there was this crisscrossed structure in the similes, right? That sort of led me to how to figure out this code, right? But the thesaurus, it reminded me of a dinosaur, the sound of it. Okay, so here we go. While the thesaurus was useful, it was also the original cause of a lot of my confusion in life in general and in language. So I'd like to see it become like the dinosaur that it sounds, because it seems to me that it symbolizes the confusion that it causes. It is actually the saw us. And while it always saw us, we never saw it. It's like I was thinking it's like a big old woolly mammoth in the ground, right? And going through it, it's been like doing archaeology, I guess. A big pile of bones to reassemble and hang up in the gallery. Human history, I don't think it's, needs to be rewritten, in my humble opinion. Alright guys, that's all I've got for now. I will try and get some other words figured out and try and add a bit more maybe detail into the structure of the language. So thanks very much for joining me once again, guys. Hope you had a good time. I did. And love you all lots. I'll talk to you again soon. See ya. Bye.